Hello and good day. Welcome everyone to iProsyllabus.com and the iPrologic.com websites. First of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and thank you to all of our valued customers worldwide and prospective customers. Today we're going to give you a very brief, should be within 20-30 minutes or less, video tutorial on one of our strategies using the PRC, which is the iProsyllabus, the four modules on the main screen, the main application of the syllabus, using split numbers and just choosing one PRC. This we found to be very effective. It requires, obviously, less of a strain on your bankroll. Not that the others do, but in case you have to go a few more extra spins, with unforeseen misses that can come up. And when we say unforeseen, usually our syllabus hits within 1 to 3 spins. Sometimes you may go 4 or 5, and this certainly would still sustain going, 5, 6, or 7 spins. But you won't be putting out as much. It does not mean that you're not going to use the 9-number system, but this is just an alternative. And we like to do this because it's really good to sometimes mix up your systems at times. And certainly the casinos that you're using have a great deal to do with it. I know some people complain about certain casinos are rigged and all that stuff, and we can't prove that. But you certainly have to have the minimum bankroll. And again, we keep saying before we do anything, you must have a minimum bankroll if you're going to be playing with $1 or more units or chips that are valued at $1 or more, minimum 1,000, 1,500 or whatever, but certainly over 1,000. If you're going to be playing with less and you have the luxury of using a casino, which allows you to play with anywhere from 20 cents, 10 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents, whatever have you, you must have a minimum bankroll of at least $500, and that converted into 20-cent units would be 2,500, I believe, units. Okay, if it was 50 cents, well, obviously the 500 would be 1,000 units. So let's jump right in. We're going to show you using the syllabus and using 1 or 2 of the PRCs with a split number system, how this can actually be very productive. And certainly by using this, you can generate anywhere from $20 to $50 in a half hour, and we think relatively easy. And we're going to go right into this right now with you. Okay, so we begin by giving you a little quick demonstration, again, a tutorial on the iPrologic calculator. What we're going to do with this specific system, and it is utilizing the iProsyllabus PRCs. You're going to either use 1 or 2, depends on, whatever makes you comfortable. Certainly it works whether you use 1 or use 2. You are going to be using split numbers with the PRCs, not the predictor. Okay, so it's going to be called the PRC split number strategy. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to assume that we have a bankroll of, again, $1,000 or 1,000 units. And I keep saying this over and over again in our videos. 1,000 units. If this is 50-cent coins, well, you're going to have 1,000 50-cent coins. That's what you're going to put here in your starting bankroll. Because it's 1,000 units, it's actually $500. Okay. One of the big advantages of the iPrologic calculator is you get accustomed to everything and you're making more money and you have a good profits, is to be able to change this, the adjusted desired target per spend or per investment. This is one of the critical factors of the iPrologic calculator because this allows you to generate more per spend. Of course, the invest amounts may be a little bit more, but I'm sure you will adjust to that. So for this demonstration, we're going to put in a target of $3, or 3 units, I should say. I keep saying that because I'm used to using dollars with casino that I'm going to use for the demonstration. Okay, the odds are going to be 17. And surely if you miss, it will go down to 16 and 15 and so forth. And if you hit, it's going to come back to 17. Now this amount, this $2 or 2 unit invest amounts, if you happen, whatever the total amount of numbers that you're betting on, let's say you were investing on 7 numbers as per se, okay, 7 times 2, it'll be 14 units. Now, if you miss when you put in your next odds down, 16, and this says 2, it's not going to be 2 on top of the 2 the first time. It actually is 2 per bet or per number. When this becomes, let's say, 4, it wouldn't be 4. Let's say this was 2, for instance, okay? As this says. And, you know, it times how many numbers. Now, let's say you missed again, and then the calculator says 3, for instance. It's not going to be 3 plus the 2, which is 5 per unit. I mean, or per number. It's going to be whatever this says is what is going to be the value per number. Okay, and let's jump into this thing, and we'll show you exactly what we mean. Okay, so we're going to get into this now. Disregard this bankroll of 2662 because we're actually going to use the starting bankroll of 1,000 units and 17 to 1 odds, $3 target desired per investment, and it says 2 units per number. Now, we're going to base this off the concept of the 9-number strategy. Okay, you're going to actually go out there and try to get your 9 numbers. Well, see, we started off pretty good there with a 0, but you're going to try to get the 9 numbers. If for some reason in the 9 numbers, okay, while getting them, you have a duplicate, what you can do, and this is kind of cheating because you want 9 individual numbers, but just in case you do have one duplicate, you can spin a 10th time and bypass that duplicate. Okay, so far you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 individual numbers. It's all clicking away pretty good. And now 7. So again, you know, I know some people have said to us, hey, sometimes it takes us 3, 4, or 5 minutes to get 9 individual numbers. And so what if it takes you 3, 4, or 5 minutes? If you're making 30, 40, 50 bucks a half hour or an hour, I mean, that's a small trade-off, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's a typical example. You're looking for 9 individual numbers, the 30 repeated here. So basically, you're starting over again from 5. Okay, as you can see here, 5, 30, and you'd have to look for 7 more individual numbers that have not repeated. That's what it is. 9 numbers that have not repeated. In this specific case, this is the one way you can cheat. It's only if you have one duplicated number. In this case, it's 30. So what we will do is we'll bypass it by spinning again. So now you have 10 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One of those is a duplicate. So you can just take the duplicate out. Now we're going to put this into the syllabus, and obviously, you know, you start from the bottom up. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to chuck the duplicate, which is the 30, and that's your 9 numbers. Now, of course, you have one wheel already lit up, so there's nothing you can do about that. Now, the way this is going to work as far as the split street is concerned is you're going to choose one wheel. You can choose any wheel you want. Okay, as the numbers come in, that's what you're going to be, you know, looking at as far as, you know, future bets. You're not going to use any of the sidebar numbers. The only time you're going to use the sidebar numbers is when you start using this or this, whichever wheel you choose, or if you want to use 2 wheels, it's up to you. But certainly not 3. It's either 1 or 2. And a lot of times I do 1, and once I hit there, I'll go to the next. If you're using, you know, again, one wheel, if you have a miss, that's when you will add that number that you missed on, you know, which is going to be on your sidebar, to those numbers. But you're not going to be using all of these, and I'll show you what you mean. We're going to start with this demonstration. We're going to start off, and we're not using any duplicates, by the way. Okay, so we're going to start off with, in this case, you see 24, and 24 is a duplicate. You're only going to use it one time. We're going to start off with PRC1 in a split number process at 2 units per number. So it's 26, 32, 24, and we're going to chuck the 24 and have 23. Now, what we want you to notice is another thing. If the number is on the bottom row, obviously you're going to split it here. Well, sorry. You're going to split it, you know, on the top of those numbers. If the number is in the middle row, okay, you're going to split it to the top. Always go to the top. So unless you have 2 numbers, like let's say you had 35 and then you had 36, well, then in that case you can use the 36 as that one and then use this for the 35. That at that point, it's okay to go to the bottom. If the number's on the top row, well, obviously you could only, put it here. Okay, so let's go through this and we'll show you what we mean. So your first number is 26. So obviously this is in the middle, so you're going to go to the top. 26. 32, 24. 32 is here, so that goes there. And 24. Okay, so that's that. And 26, 32, 24, and 23. Okay, now see 24, excuse me, 23 is already covered here because of 24. So what you can do is put it at the bottom. That's what we're trying to say. Now we're going to start the time at, let's say, 11:20. So we're going to see how long does it take us to make a minimum of 20 bucks. And that's what you're after, is trying to make a target of $20. Once you've made that, log out, take a break. Now, again, once you have a hit on a wheel, I want you to make this clear, or want to make this clear to you, you may hit, in other words, let's say you had the number 32, okay? And let's say, for argument's sake, 33 came, okay? And you put this into the syllabus, and it didn't light up. It didn't mean that you didn't win. You actually had, because 33 came in, you had 32 covered. That's fine. If it did light up because the actual number came in, that's fine. But once you have a hit, you will go, if not, log out, come back later, depends on how much you win, or you can go to another PRC. But certainly don't sit there and play all 3 PRCs or 4 PRCs. You don't need to do that. Okay, so let's start with our first run, and our first bet was $8. Okay. And here we go. So the number 28 came down. So what you're going to do now is say, okay, we're going to go to 16. Okay, and here's another little secret. I always tell myself, if you have 2 misses in a row, from then on in, whatever the calculator tells you, I add an extra unit to it. So this is okay for this one, but if in case you have a miss and it says 3, for instance, or even 2, I add an extra unit, and you'll see if that comes into play, what we're going to do there. Okay, so the number 28 just came down. So what we're going to do is, since we're only playing this PRC for now, and we're not using the sidebar, but we will with the number 28, okay, because you had your first bet and you missed. So 28, if you notice, the number 4 showed up. So what we're going to do is we're going to rebet. We're going to put 28 and the number 4, okay? And again, this system is pretty good, gotta say. Okay, we'll see how quickly I'm going to get to 20 bucks. Okay, and there you go. You're hit already, so you're at 36. Excuse me. You have a $16 profit. The time is 11:22. So in 2 minutes, you've made $16, which is pretty good, I must say. Now, here's the situation. 24 hit. So actually, that was one of your actual PRC numbers. Had you been playing the 9-number system, obviously you hit. Okay, and you hit straight up where you would have gotten back 72. Okay, so 24 hit. There you go. Now you have a choice. Okay, you tell yourself, well, I can either log out and come back in a few minutes. I have a $16 profit already, and you just want to make at least $20 in a half hour, because that'll put you, and a lot of times you're going to exceed that, but that'll put you somewhere. If you're making 20, 25 a half hour, it'll put you at least $50 an hour with less stress. Okay, so you have a hit there. So now you're back to 17 because you're only $16 ahead, and I'm trying to make 20. So I can either close the wheel, start all over again, or I can go after another PRC, which one I want to go after. And chances are I want to go after one that doesn't have too many duplicates. In this case, you have 36, 35, 35. So you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual numbers. Over here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 individual numbers. So I want to go with one that has less duplicates, but less of an outlay. Okay, I want to spend as less as possible. I know the more numbers you cover, the better off you are, but this is splitting numbers, so you're still getting good value for your money, because whatever you split, you're actually getting 2 numbers, right? So I'm going to use PRC 4 as my next target. Okay, so it's going to be 2 there, 35, 12, 35. See, now here's the thing. 36 was already covered, so I have no choice but to go to the bottom of the 35. Okay, and certainly, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm gonna make a change here. I'm actually gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I realize there's going to be an overlap here, I'm actually going to use, well, actually it's going to be the same thing over there too. I'm just looking at different options. 12 and 11 is going to have an overlap. So we're going to stick with the original plan. Okay, so 36, 35, 12, 14, and 6. 12, 14, oh, sorry, 14, and 6. Excuse me. So you have a total here of $10. Of course, you're not using your sidebar anymore because you just hit, right? You're only going to use it in case you miss. And first thing we're going to do is 33. You had a miss. So just looking at that. Okay. So I'm going to put 33 in here. And 14 and 16 is already there. We already have that. So nothing has changed. Actually, wait, 16 is there. The number 16 is there. I don't think we put that in the first place, which we should have. So that was an error on my part. Should have been 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have been 5 numbers. Well, we did. But I just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just trying to see what went wrong here. 36, 12, 14. Oh, I see what I did. I actually put in the number 6 where I shouldn't have. So, you know, again, this is one of the errors that you're going to make. I'm not going to, you know, remake the video. And I guess this should lend some credibility to it that I'm not remaking a video because it's convenient for me and I can only show winnings, right? So we're going to add the number 16, which we should have in the first place. I don't know why that 6 is there. So it's 12, 15, 36, 35. I'm going to clear this out. 12, 15, 36, 35, and it was 16. Okay, now the number 33 just came down, which we knew. We put that into the syllabus. We're back on track. Okay, we're using the PRC4. Okay, so 33 is going to be added now from the sidebar. Okay, so none of these were in play except for now for this. Okay, all right, so your total bet is 12. Okay, so this is going to be 16 and this is going to be 12. We did have the right amount bet. We just had that one missed number where we had 6 instead of 16, and I guess that's what it was. Is I saw the number 16 and I actually put it just with the 6. So we're back on track here. Let's go. Boom, there you go. 36. Good thing we caught that. There we go. So we're at $30 ahead. The time is now 11:28. So basically in 8 minutes, we've made $30. And what we're saying is in 8 minutes, you made 30 bucks. We're just asking ourselves, well, you think we're going to make $50 in a half hour? I think we sure will. Now, here's what we need to look at, and you need to understand. So the number 16 came, which is a straight up hit. Okay, so you put that in here, all's done. If you want to continue, either you clear the wheel, which we suggest, or if you're going to look for 9 individual numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you have a duplicate here. Okay, so it may make sense just to start all over again, and we're going to do that. We're going to do that by showing you that you asked for a projected desired target profit per investment of $3. And this is what's so unique about the calculator. Okay, you wanted to make a $3 profit on each spin, and the spins go by pretty quick. Okay, you've actually won every spin you've made. I know some of you are saying, well, that's not true because you lost here and you lost here. No, we did, you know, physically, but we've won every single spin and we've made a profit on top of that of what we asked for and exceeded it. If you notice, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 spins. So what we're saying is we not only got back every cent we laid out, every dime, got back to 12, to 10, to 12, to 8. But we've asked for a profit of $3 per spin and you had 4 spins. That means you should have not all your money back, but you should have a profit of 4 spins times 3 is 12. You should be at $1,012. What are you at? 1,030. You've exceeded your targets. That means the calculator is going to keep you low with the minimal invest amounts for a few spins, regardless of what happens. Why? Because it's protecting your bankroll. Okay, so let's move forward. We're going to start with a new wheel. We'll put in the time, and we're going to show you again how powerful the system really is if it's used the right way. Okay, this is very important, what you put up here, and everybody usually starts with 2. Okay, so assuming again we started with $1,000 bankroll, we're at 1,030. Now your whole game plan is to make $50 within a half hour. Okay, and certainly in 8 minutes you've done already 30. Okay, so let's get to a new wheel. Okay, so I just opened up a new wheel, and we're going to put in here 17. And we're going to turn every single spin we make into a win. Okay, and we're going to set the time at 11:34. So I took a 5-minute break. All right, and now we're going to obviously look for 9 individual numbers if we can, and if we're forced to use a duplicate, we'll bypass it. Excuse me. All right. We're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And guess what? Looks like we have no repeats, no repetition. So we have 9 individual numbers. This is a perfect setup just to use the syllabus on its own, you know, for all 4 wheels. But we are using it for this demonstration with the split number system. I'm going to clear that. We have to start from 32. So it's 32, 34, 6, 8, 9, 31. Oh, we had one light up already. Remember we did say, well, with the 9-number system, especially if you have one light up, it's okay. You can go with the remaining wheels, but if you have 2, it's over. You're going to look for your 9 numbers and start over again. Now you have 2 light ups. So in this case, obviously you will not, if you were playing the 9 individual numbers, you will not go forward. For this specific system of using the split streets or the split numbers, sure, you can choose one of these PRCs and go after it. And in this case, I'm going to choose, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual numbers here, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You actually have 6 here. I'm going to go with, again, it's your choice. You're not limited to which one you want to go after. You can choose any one. It's going to do its job eventually. But I've seen, you know, over here where you have 2 duplicates of numbers, 30 and 33. It's really saying that, you know, this is what the syllabus is actually telling you, that the chances of this happening, you have actually 3 duplicates, 33, 7, 30, and 20. 2 30s, 2 33s, 2 7s, that it's pretty high that one of these are going to hit. So I'm actually going to go after that one. Okay, so I'm going to go 33, and then 7, and then 10, and then you have 30 and 20, 30 and 20. So my first bet is going to be $10, and like I said, that's, you know what, we're actually going to start at this. The time is now 11:37. That's when we're actually beginning to play, so we'll start from here. Okay, and guess we're on the right track. When you first hit, okay, you had a $10 bet, and you hit again. There's your bankroll, folks. The time is 11:37 still. So in a total of 9 minutes, you've made $56. You're talking about in under 10 minutes, you've made $56. You were just trying to make 25 or 20 within a half hour, or I mean, within a few minutes. How long of a time would it have taken us? But we're trying to make at least $50 in a half hour. We've made 56 in 10 minutes. This is pretty good. Now, it so happens that This was a straight up hit for the number 20 as well, that if you were playing the 9-number system, obviously, you would have bet the sidebar and you would have bet these. Under this circumstances, actually, you would not have played because you already have 2 in the green if you were doing the individual numbers. So now you put the 20 in and this lights up. That's it. You've already made your profit, made your target for the half hour, folks. There's no reason to continue. You should take a break, come back later. But just hypothetically, we're saying hypothetically speaking, if somebody really got creative and we don't want you to do this, you can go after this as well. There's no saying that it's not going to happen. And we're going to show you. Okay? So we're going to start off. We did this in 1 minute. Now we're going to start off with a new segment. Okay? And let's see. So it's asking for 2. Okay? We're going to go 1727. So that's 1727. 1422. 1422. And 15. Now 15 is already covered. Since you had 14 there, okay, and 15 is one of your numbers as well, as you can see, 14 and 15, then it actually makes sense to just put the other one there. Okay, so you have $10. And you had a miss. Okay, so now this becomes 16. Okay. Now you will use your sidebar. So you're going to put in 24. So nothing comes in. Oh, nothing was added to this PRC. Again, you normally would not be playing this. Okay, I'm just showing you. You're still, you know, excuse me, not getting creative. Don't do it. But if you had to and you did, we're just showing you what the outcome would be and how the syllabus is mathematically would still be impossible to lose with. Okay, given a time frame. Okay, so 24 is in there. Okay, and we don't have anything to add. So your total bet is 12. Okay. And spin away. 11 came down. Again, this is just unnecessary money being wasted. But excuse me, you're still going to hit. Now remember we said if you happen to miss, I generally personally believe, you know, if you happen to miss a couple of spins, whatever this says, I add an extra unit to it. Well, I am going to add that extra unit, but let me put in this 11 and see what comes up. Okay, the number 30 shows up. So 30 is there, and I'm going to add an extra unit to it. Okay. All right. So my total bet is 21. Again, normally you wouldn't be betting this 21, right? But I have the fullest confidence it's going to do its job. Oh, there we go. It did do its job. So you got back 54. Let's see what your bankroll is now. You're at $67. The time is 41. Okay, so you're talking about a matter of 10 minutes, really. 11 minutes. In 11 minutes, you made $67. What do you think the chances of you making $100 in that half hour is going to be? Very high. All you're looking to make is $50 in a half hour. Well, it looks like you're going to probably make $100 in a half hour. And this can happen many, many times. So the number that came down just now was 27. That was actually one of your numbers. Again, you don't need to do this, and we don't expect you to, but in case somebody did get creative, we told you mathematically impossible to lose, you are going to hit. Guess what? All 4 wheels line up. This program is just totally amazing. And that just shows you, even with doing the actual syllabus numbers, okay, not doing the split numbers, doing them straight up, okay, the odds wouldn't be 27 or wouldn't be 17 working its way down. Okay, it'll actually be, in our training videos, we have 25. I think we're going to adjust it to 30, but it would be actually the straight up numbers. And this number would be different, right? The profit would be over $100. Again, you'd be laying out a few more dollars. You wouldn't be laying out 21. You'd certainly be laying out a little more if you had a couple of misses because you're playing multiple wheels. In this particular example that we just showed you where we cleared, it was only one wheel you were playing. So your total bet would have actually been, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would have been 14 and you would have gotten back 72. Again, that's for straight up numbers. But this specific system, the syllabus split numbers. This thing works great and should generate anywhere between $25 to $50 per half hour, and certainly per hour. And to bolster this, okay, you've started with 1,000, you made $67 in 11 minutes. To prove to you that this was not a fluke, okay, we're going to start off now. Remember, we started with $1,000 bankroll? Okay, 1,067. Okay, now we're going to start with 1,067. We're going to change this, and we're going to make it 4. Just saying, you should be using 2, but we're just showing you the advantages. The invest column will go up a little bit short. Okay, now what we're after, we want to get to, we're at 67, so we want to get to at least $77, right? We're trying to remember, we said between $20 and $25 within a half hour is what you would like to get, or $50 per half hour. We want to see how fast we're going to get to $20. So our target is actually 1077. Okay, that's our target. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear and start a new wheel. Okay, so we're starting a new wheel, and we'll set the time up in a second, but let's get our 9 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow, look at this. This is going to be nice. Another situation where there is no repetition. You have 9 straight up individual numbers. Now, some people complain about that because they can't get it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start the clock here. Well, let's put it in first, and then we'll start the clock. All right, so we're at 26, 35, 29, 13, 19, 6, 22, 21, and 15. Okay, so you have the pick of the litter here. Okay, you can literally choose whichever PRC you want to go after. Now, when I look at this, I see 2, 7, 12, 32, 12 is a repeat here. So it's saying, again, you know, you have basically 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers here. Over here, you really have only 3, 20, 23, and 14. Here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Excuse me. And as well as only 3 here. In this case, I am going to take this. Again, it's your choice. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose one. It doesn't matter. I'm going to choose PRC3, and I'm going to go with that. 3, 27, 18, 4, and 32. Okay. So we're going to start the clock, and we're going to say 11:46. Okay, we want to see how fast we're going to get to, actually not 1,077, 1,087. How fast is it going to take us to get $20 profit? Okay, so our numbers are going to be 327. So it's going to be 3, 27, 18, and looks like 4 and 32. So 4 and 32. So our total bet is $10. And let's go. There we go. It's over. Done. Okay, 93. Oh, sorry. Yep. We needed to get 487 is what we 187 is what we wanted. We wanted to see how fast we're going to make $20. Well, the time is 11:47. In 1 minute, we are ahead $26. Okay, that's pretty good considering we're trying to make, you know, $50 in a half hour. We just made $20 in 1 minute. Okay, so let's look at the number 3 again. See, this is the power of the syllabus using 9 numbers. Have you played the individual straight up numbers using the 9 number system? This was a straight up hit. Okay, you would have spent a total of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. You would have spent 40 bucks, you'd have gotten back 72. But again, excuse me, it depends on which system you're using. So we're going to put this in, and that lit up. Now, you've already made your profit. You made 20-something dollars, $26 in a matter of 1 minute. Take a break. Come back later. You just try to make, an average of $50 an hour or half hour, whatever have you. But let's say you came back, or you said, you know what, I'm going to go after one more. I'm going to go after one more PRC. Which one do you want to go after? Well, I'm going to choose PRC 4, only because I want to. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the calculator. We're going to start off the clock at 11:49. Okay, and remember, we're at already $93 in less than a half hour. We started with $1,000 bankroll. Remember that. And we're at 1,093. Okay, the calculator has won every single spin. It has turned into a profit. Okay, 4. Go here. 17. 32, 28, and 12. 32, 28, and 12. Total bet is 10 bucks. Put that in. Okay, and you had a miss. 36 came down. Put that in. It says to rebet. Let's put this 36 in here and see what comes up. Okay, 27 was added to this. I'll put that in there. So your total bet is $12. And voila. Oh, 35 came down. Didn't have that. Okay. So now, because, again, I've had 2 misses, and again, I'm going to turn every one of these spins into a profit. But I've had 2 misses. I'm going to add an additional one. But let's just see what's going to happen first. The number 35, we'll put that in, and 28 comes up, but we already have 28. So all we have to do is add 35, and I'm going to add an extra unit, like I said. Whenever I have 2 misses, I usually add an extra unit. Okay, so my total bet is 21. Okay, and 23 came down, had a miss. So now it's asking for 3. So I'm going to put 3, but I'm going to add an extra 1 when it's done. Okay, and the number was 23, right? So we're going to put 23 in here. Had you been betting, by the way, PRC2 with less numbers, you would have hit. But it's okay. I chose PRC4. I have no reservations. That's fine. Nothing was added to it. So that's my total bet is actually, I did have it as 28. Okay. Because it was 3 it was asking for, and I added an extra unit to it. Okay. Again, not worried. 5 came down, so we had a 72 return. Let's see what our profit is, folks. Now, so far, I'll tell you right now, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins, 5 spins, 5 wins in a row. And I know you're looking at these zeros. Again, what did we ask for? $4 profit. We asked per spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 5 spins. 5 times 4 is 20. We got all our money back plus $4 per spin. This should be at $467 plus 20. This should be at $487. Where is it at? Like we keep saying 4. I'm sorry, because I'm looking at the number 4. This should be at $1,087. $20. 5 spins times 4. It's at $1,094. Again, time is now 11:52. We're still under a half hour. Okay. Let's assume, again, I'm going to start at 11:53. We put this into the PRC. The number 5 came down. Okay. Now notice this, we're playing a PRC 4, but notice it did not light up because a straight up number didn't come. 5 came, but it was covered, okay, because of the 4. Okay, so that is considered, in our eyes, a hit. Okay. However, you're still looking at getting this to light up. I mean, you don't know. You can probably go 10 spins and keep hitting all over the place, but not have this light up. Okay, unless you get a straight up number. And I really wouldn't want to go after the wheel with all these numbers. So I'm going to actually, if I wanted to, okay, is go after this one more time. Okay, you don't have to. I think you should clear the wheel, but just in case you do, no problem. 4, 17, 32, 28, 12, 27, 28, 12, and 27. Okay, the other one is a duplicate, which is 28. Okay, now certainly, to be honest with you, if we hit, we cross, and we actually, you know, make this over 100, okay, definitely, you know, we've made $100 in less than a half hour, or pretty much around a half hour. That's tremendous. $100 in a half hour? That's $200 an hour if we continue at that pace. We're going to find out. Okay. So our bet here is 17 is going to be $12. Excuse me. And we're going to rock away. So 3 came down, didn't have that. So this becomes 2 again. Okay. And we'll put the 3 into the syllabus. Oh, 12 is already there. We already have it. So all we're going to do is add the 3. Okay, so your total bet is 14. And guess what? 36. Let's see what happens here. 14, got back 36. Here's the good news, folks. In less than a half hour, or pretty much close to a half hour, and that's in between times, because if you look at the times, the actual playing time, watch this. 46 to 47, 49 to 52, 53 to 55. You're talking about a minute here, 3 minutes here, and a minute here. In 5 minutes, you went from 1,067 to 1,104. Okay, so you basically made, you know, over $30 in 5 minutes. In total, you've made $104 in about a half hour time frame, but not a half hour of actual playing time. Actually 15, maybe 20 something minutes in playing time, but you've made $100 in that 20 minutes. So within a half hour, you've made $100 plus. What do you think this can do in an hour? Now, the actual number that did come down was 32. And here it is. Now you lit it up. Okay, so this is a great way of using the PRC, and we hope it was informative enough for you. And once again, come over to iprosyllabus.com, and you can get the calculator from iprologic.com. This revolutionary software, state-of-the-art algorithm has been, you know, put in to design this thing. Mathematically impossible to lose in the long run. Have the correct bankroll, discipline, money management, use the syllabus the right way, and it will literally change your life. So I hope to see you on the other side pretty soon.